Here I am, Leon C., aka Morpheus. You are now listening to the Academy of Wow Money. And I am your professor. Now we're going to go ahead and discuss, as a matter of fact, I think it should be number 5. Okay? And I'm going to go ahead and answer 2 more questions. I don't think that they're, let's see, I'm looking at the paperwork now. Yeah, 2 more questions here. It's going to be very, very valuable. And this may end this, I guess you can call it a series of lessons all in one. Because as you can imagine, I couldn't quite put it all in one lesson, in one particular audio. Then the audio would end up an hour and 20 minutes, and not a lot of people got that type of patience. So I try to minimize it, at least under an hour. Sometimes it don't go that far. At least you get the idea. I do what I can to chop them up so you get the lessons. Now, what I'm going to answer is, someone chimed in and they asked me, this is my words, but I'm just translating it for you to where they wanted to convey. And of course, confirming it with them that that's exactly what they meant. It said, how can I not believe in God? How can I be this practically near atheist, very near atheist individual, and have been in the Christian faith, have been in the Baptist faith, Catholic cathedrals, been around the mosques, so forth, so on. And they didn't end it right there. They begin to also talk about in their mind, the evidence such as the sun, the moon, the air, and climate change and volcanic activities and all the tsunamis and just the natural disasters that have been occurring. And as it seemed to be lining up with their biblical stories. Okay? That's fine. That's fine to answer this question. And the final question that they wanted in condensing this down to something very simple we can all understand. They're basically saying, how can I speak as I do about the concept of God when all these things are happening according to what they believe? Okay? Now I'm going to go ahead and explain the situation and make some clarity here. He who writes the written page controls the thinking of the ages. The person who writes the book controls the thinking of the ages. Years ago, including with Johann Gutenberg's printing press and everything else that surrounds him, in the Nicene Council and Eucharistos Christos and the Crusades and the story of Barabbas. Let's make something very clear, that the world that we are in today, you got to know history, was built on war. It was built on war. It was built on dominance. It was built on destroying and controlling the people in order to what, ladies and gentlemen? To gain power. That is absolute fact. No nation, no country, or even island stands if it doesn't know how to defend itself or protect its resources, or in many cases go and take resources in order to survive. The morals that you may see today, or shall I say, the sense of morals, the ideas that we have according to what is the right thing to do, and the wrong thing to do in certain situations have not always been here. These are new ideas. These are new concepts that was developed over the years. But before it had become modern today with the laws, the rules, the policing, and the governmental systems, there was a lot of rogue activity. There was a lot of wars. There were a lot of vagabonding. There was a lot of bandits. There were a lot of barbarians running free. And there were a lot of groups of people who sought power and organization by using the sweat or the labor of other people, our culture, or whoever was subjected to being manipulated enough to be a slave. That's not just a cultural thing. There are multiple cultures who are considered as slaves as well within their own culture. So it was a hierarchy sort of situation, or a complex, you could say, pillar of power based on may the best survive, or may the strongest survive and the weak pass away. There is something that Nobunaga said, and Nobunaga being once a lord or a king over in Asia, he said, it is, let me see if I can say it right. He said, it is the order of the weak to be ruled by the strong. It is the order of the weak to be ruled by the strong. The strong will lead. The strong will dominate. The strong will take over. So we're in when the text that you're reading today, such as your books, according to your religions, there was blood, sweat, and tears to build that complex, which was only based on control, order, and power. And those who believed were considered to be a part of that association. Do you understand? This is why, especially in the biblical text, which is wrong anyway, there's a lot of fear in it. I've discussed this before. This is why they talk about fear, sin, and burning in hell forever. These are just blatant facts. That's considered as fear, or considered as threatening you to line up with this belief system. Should you not do it, then you might burn in some hellfire. Then, of course, there's a contradiction where they begin to talk about life is for everyone, and God is grace and mercy and loving and every kind, and the story goes that God, some kind of way, which I'm not going to talk about it right now, I'm just going to explain it just as the story goes, some kind of way brought his only begotten son to be crucified in the name of the sins of the people, to be not only an example, but to take on the burdens of humanity or the world. But you got to ask yourself, why would this be done when on the other side of the river you will perish if you fail to believe, or if you live your human life that you've been brought here to live? Just imagine all the Indians who didn't know anything about the Christian or the religions that you have in your westernized, first world, redundant country. Just think about it. And they didn't know anything about the baptism or what the so-called gesture the crest have done. And they've been living for years. The Egyptians have been living for a long time. The other cultures as well. Those around the world have been living according to their own veneer, without the ideal of whatever that you believe in. And they've been living quite well, and they've been functioning, but yet, according to your belief system, they're considered as a sinner or wrong or they need Christ when they've been living for generations without Christ. Do I need to repeat myself? See, at this particular point, I don't really care if you're understanding what I'm saying, because I'm going to go further with this. At this point, I don't care that you don't agree, because I'm going to go further. I really don't care. I don't care if you didn't catch what I just said. It don't matter right now, because I'm going to say some other things to put on your mind. Okay? So, with this, that's just the basics in history. But anyhow, the concepts in the Bible that you think and forced to believe to be real are forced to believe in the concept that's been given to you as an individual has been planted and seeded in the environment for so long that within it there are still groups, there are still organizations that seek power, that seek order, and that seek to usurp you over it by the way of finances, weakening your society, and erecting 9 or 10 different churches in one neighborhood while taking from that neighborhood and also undercover controlling the moral incumbents and the ideas that their neighborhood may try to accommodate. So it will make, and let's go further. Hold on, bear with me. Inching a little bit further to the facts today. I've told you this before. It's in my book called 2020's America Rise or Fall Hard by Leon C. When you look it up, it's on Amazon eBooks. Okay? And in the book, I discuss this in great detail. That a lot of things that are going on to your earth have nothing to do with your Bible. See, there are some men who knew the conditions if they take an axe, if they take a shovel and a machine and start drilling on your earth. And what happens is when you start destroying nature to get diamonds, to get coal, to get fossil fuels, to get rocks, stones, to create your buildings that you have, your cell phones, your cars, right? Oil. What you end up having is these disasters on Earth. The Earth shifts. Look at Earth as a, let me lie. No. I'm not going to no. Read the book. Just listen. Read the book. Read 2020, America Rise or Fall Hard by yours truly, Leon C. You don't have to put Leon C. Morpheus. Just put Leon C. and it should come up on Amazon eBooks. Okay? It's not an act of God, ladies and gentlemen. It's an act of man. Now you would say, well, is it that the Bible predicted that these days will come? Here we go. Let me go ahead and break that down to you. Is it that the Bible predicted that man would do that? No. I can back it up. In psychology, let's put it like this. A very wise group of people are smart men, or women, okay? Knowing what you think. Remember what I said? He who writes the reading page controls the thinking of the ages. If I know you're studying a certain book of some sort, of some kind, or let's say dating, for example. Let me show you something that's very basic, okay? When men or women are courting each other and dating, let's say a woman expects for a man to be a certain way in order to accept him in her life. And he tried everything to convince her that he's the man. You know, he tried bringing flowers, or he tried to ask her out for dinner. He's 6 feet something. or he's very handsome and he tries to introduce himself and she continues to deny him. So he come across a group of girls who are talking about dating. And they talk about certain books and what they like, what they don't like, what turns them on, and what would make them truly accept a man, right? So what this man has to do is study what this girl is thinking. Why is she denying him? How come she doesn't want to be, how come she's just saying no when he knows he's handsome? He knows he's a catch. He knows his worth and his prospects, but she's still denying him. So he still wants to get with this girl, or girls, if it's not her, many women. What he'll do is study what she's studying. That's right. Study what she's studying. Like some women talk about, they want, they don't want men, they want men to be honest with them, right? But when men are honest, they'll deny him, so to speak. Let's say if I met a woman, right? And because my companions weren't that way, but a random woman. And she says, I want men to tell me the truth. If he just want to be with me this way, just say it. Just go ahead and say it. I want him to tell the truth. And I go ahead and oh yeah. So I tell her the truth, and she's looking good. You know, she's my type. You know, let me see. What is one of my type? What is one of my type of women? She's a white girl, and she has brunette hair and soft brown eyes, and she got curves for days. Okay, and her bosoms aren't too big. They're not too small. They just right, just the way I like them. Because I like to do things, jog, travel, mountain climb. I just don't want them to be in the way, but I want them big enough to be satisfactory, right? So she's my perfect white girl. And she said, "Oh, I just want them to be honest. Just be honest with me. Don't lie to me just because you want to break my walls down by trying to bring me flowers and be kind and go out for date number 5, 6, 7." So I say, "Okay, fine, okay, sure." I walk up to her and say, "Guess what?" And she's like, "Oh, what's up? How you doing?" Listen, I really don't want to waste my time going out on dates. I don't like that. I don't want to go out to the movies. And I don't have a lot of time to waste. I don't want to go on date 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I find you very attractive. And hey, I got a couple hours, and I want to do the thing. I want you to be my girl for tonight. I like you. I like what I see. Forget about everything else. Let's just go ahead and do it. Right? In so many words. It's like if she says something like, "What are you talking about? What you want to have? You want to have sex with me?" But yes, of course. Yep, absolutely. So I got a few minutes. Let's go ahead and do the thing. Right? She'll be upset. You know, she'll slap me, or she'll walk away, and I'll never hear from her again, or she'll start calling me a pervert, and I'm just aggressive, and this guy, he's just out of his mind, right? All sorts of crazy stuff. She wouldn't like it. She would reject me, right? I'll be rejected. Man, baby, I don't want to go out to eat. Let's go back to my crib, and I want to put you in a pretzel. Let me lay you on your back. Let's not waste time. I want to see what you all about. You my type. And I got 2 pieces of bread in my back pocket. And I want you to be between them. She's like, "Oh no. Oh hell no. You creep." Right? So I'll get smart about it because she's my type. Right? And I want to be with this girl, but I don't want her to run. I don't want her to freak out. I don't want her to reject me. So I'll come and bring some flowers or something, or try to be a gentleman and Just say, well, let's go out to eat. I want to know you a little bit more. I'm like, sure, okay, fine. I take her out to eat. We're enjoying ourselves. Are we taking a long walk in the park or something? And we do little special things, and that's just the first date. Second date come around, and here we go meeting each other again. And now we're, hanging out at the coffee shop. We're talking, kicking it in the wind, right? And getting to know each other a lot more. Then I take her out to a restaurant, something fancy, something a little better than the first date. And then this continues on and on and on and on until the day comes where I actually get what I want. The whole gambit of it, for me, wouldn't have made a difference, because if she gave it up to me the first night, I'm still going to respect her. She's still going to be loved. As a matter of fact, that just gets it out of the way. Let's get real now. Let's focus on each other. Let's see what we can do now. Right? Let's deal with life. I mean, that's how I operate. Then I'll take her out. We can go places, and I'll take her to a restaurant and invest even. As a matter of fact, let me be honest with you. Let me tell y'all something that you need to know about real men. Or so I say myself. And I know we're getting off topic, but it's the same topic. I'm going to weave it back into the subject so you can understand what I mean. If a woman actually did not hold back, and she was as real as I am, and I did come to her and I was just say, hey, you know what? I find you very attractive, and I don't want to waste no time, but hey, I got a couple of hours and you turn me on. I want to have a piece of that. And she's like, oh, okay, that's what's up. What you talking about? What you talking about? Okay. Where are we going to go? What we going to do? What time is it? Hit me up, right? If this occurs, for me, that's a better gambit, because what happens is not only are we getting it out of the way, now it's time to invest. Now it's time to be serious. Now it's time to look at each other for what we really are and what we really want. So we get the lust aside and be real. Therefore, now whatever I invest in her, okay, not only does I look at her better than if she were to try to hold back. Since she's been real with me, now I'm going to take her further. I'm going to take her even more serious, actually. Unlike men who are untrained and unprepared and they're immature, that doesn't make her a 3 or 4. It doesn't make her easy because he gives it up on the first night. That just means we need to be serious with each other and understand what we're going to do thereafter. Because if you're waiting and you're holding back, you end up stalling the inevitable, and you're just building up this lustful desire. Then once you get your desire fulfilled, or you're satisfied, then you're going to look at the relationship differently. You need to get all that behind you and focus on reality. Therefore, now you can start acting like 2 serious adults, mature adults, and work out the relationship. But if it falls apart thereafter, then you know what that person was generally all about anyway. So, anyhow. So getting back to the lesson, if it never works and she's just denying me, and I still want to hit those draws, right? I'm going to have to lie to her in order to get my way and understand what she requires by what she reads and how she thinks in her girl circles. So I'm going to play the game until I get what I want. I'm going to play the game until she's finagled, or I have to manipulate my way until she's in a pretzel and yeah. Oh. Oh man, I'm a mess. But now draw this back to religion or your books that you talk about, okay? If I want to manipulate you, I can't just come to you and dig up resources, tear up your earth, and knock it off the axis, and make all these tsunamis and these floods and unnecessary conditions that you're dealing with. I can't do that in broad daylight, so I got to do it underneath. I got to go incognito. I have to be deceiving. I got to make you think that it's going to line with what you. Here we go. Do you get y'all? Somebody's getting this. Somebody's getting what I'm saying. I have to go along with what you read. I have to go along with what you believe. I have to get you when you think it's all about what you're doing right. I have to do it when you're reading something, especially the biblical text. I have to do it where you think it's according to what you read. So therefore, you never question me. You will never realize it's because of me. You never realize it's because I dug up all your oil, your coal. I'm digging in your earth. I'm taking the materials and making warehouses all over the damn place. I'm creating skyscrapers that you really don't need, but because it's cool to look at, because I'm taking glass, because I'm breaking rock, because I'm fragging everything to get your resources and taking them from you, because I'm compiling your gold, your silver, and your minerals to dominate you in the power over you. Listen, you can't know that is the reason why your world is dealing with the topsy-turvy distortion in the system, in the ecosystem. You can't know that. So in order to continue my power, I must continue to play by your books and make you think, oh, it's because of the revelations. The Bible said this will happen. The Bible did say there would be floods and rumors of wars and hurricanes and tsunamis and all this. Oh, that's what the Bible said. And what happens when you start digging and messing with your earth as well, ladies and gentlemen? Isn't it the same thing? Think about it. It's the same thing. Huh? I can take them. I ain't going to go there. I'm not going to do it. I can incubate something. Let me stop. Because y'all don't. Let me take some snake venom from a snake. And I'm going to put it in a vial. I'm going to incubate this and I'm going to make it 20 times stronger. Then let me stop. I'm going to stop. Let's just say once this thing hits the streets, then I'm going to say, hey, it's because, some woman in Africa had sex with a, segs with a, with a monkey and spread this disease around. But because you, smart people, don't know nothing about science, you don't know nothing about yourself, you don't realize that there's true evil on earth, this stuff happens and you're still sitting there talking about, it's because it was revelations and God said this will happen. No, it's because I can put a veil over your eyes. I can deceive you by what you read. That's it. So to answer your question, sir, with a anonymous name, you're easily passive. You're easily deceived. You are one of the ones of the million who just don't get it. You don't have to, because guess what? I hate to say it, but it's the fact. Let me stop. I got to stop. I have to stop. You are easy to be. Let me say the past. You go ahead. It's your life. It's your choice. Believe in what you want to believe. But when you hold on to things that has no fact to it, that have no ground, that has no, you can't scientifically confirm this, but you can scientifically confirm how these things are happening by the hands of mankind, men around you. You need to question yourself. You just don't know what real evil is, and because you're too busy believing in the story, but you don't believe in what's in front of you. That's your problem. There is evil in the world. There's people who don't care about you, son. And they want power and they want control, and they're going to get it by your belief system, what you think. Because y'all don't know history. You don't go back in the past. You don't open up your mind to how the world used to be. Just because you're in the modern day don't mean we're not barbarians anymore. It don't mean that we're just all of a sudden good people. Now, I don't mean that we still don't want to seek dominance and control over the weak. But if you want to be weak, you get manipulated, and that's what you choose to. You choose to be manipulated, have fun. I'm just here to be the messenger to let you know you got no excuse when you continue to de-evolve and decline with the quality that used to be, but is becoming no longer, because now you have to be subjected to the monopolized and manipulated environment, to the point where now those same strange people are seeking refuge on a different planet. They're trying to make rocket ships and space stations already to get away from Earth. It's not that Earth don't have and didn't have enough resources, as that they realized they destroyed so much of the resources and they manipulated so much of the Earth's potential, where now they're trying to escape. And then after creating a cancerous society down here, they're going to go to another planet and do the same thing without you realizing it, because you want to be too damn dumb. This is not a conspiracy, ladies and gentlemen. I don't speak conspiracy. I don't talk like that. This is fact. If you can't clean up your bedroom first, if you can't take care of your home first, why are you trying to run? Why are you going somewhere else? Why are you spending millions, if not billions of dollars on space exploration programming when Earth still needs your help? That's because you never cared about Earth to begin with. You only cared to get your resources, to plant your negative cancerous seeds and keep it moving. All right, next question. That was long, 30 minutes. Woo! Wow. Let me get my paper here. Come on, I'm running out of time. Where did I put that? Where? Oh, here we are. Oh, yep. Okay, yeah. Another person asked me this. Leon C. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and make part. Wow, it's gonna be a part 6. Look like, because I don't want this audio to be too long. I really don't. I'm trying to limit it for you, my listeners, because sometimes you just may not have an hour. So I'm gonna go ahead and put these last 2 on another audio. So stay tuned. So that right there is a lesson for today, and I'm going to start writing notes and put things together for the next, which would probably be part 6 of As a Matter of Fact.